Good morning, YouTube. How's everybody doing? It's Atticus. I hope everybody's well. I am back with you with a new Dark Elf replay, and hopefully this mic is facing me the correct way. It was caught up on the edge of the desk. So yeah, this one is another Dark Elf vs. Empire 1, but it's really cool because it's a bolt thrower game. It's a heavy artillery game on both sides. We have one guy who has a bunch of Hellstorm rocket batteries, and we have me who brought a bunch of bolt throwers. So yeah, this is really different, really cool, and it really is worth casting. So let's go ahead and jump to the builds, and I'll show you guys what I brought. For my lord, I did bring Malekith. Up on a chariot. For his spell loadout, I did bring Bladestorm, Chillwind, and Power of Darkness. So just really DPS heavy spells. For my infantry core guys, you can see that I have the Hellebroni in the center here, going to be holding the middle pocket with their poison, and just a bunch of bleak swords. So we're just going really heavy on numbers, guys. So altogether we have 5 units of bleak swords. We have a Hambo over on the right flank right here. Then we have 2 units of dark shards. So yeah, I don't ever bring dark shards. Just because they have such short range, they're never going to be able to really trade with other archers. And I think like Shades would just do so much better. But I figured I'd give them a try. And also, guys, we have 1, 2, 3 different bolt throwers. So yeah, we're going to be trying to do a lot of damage from afar. Try to use a lot of our numbers just to hold them in place while our artillery will pound them into bits. Also, you can see, guys, I do also have a unit of Dark Riders of Shields on this side. And I also do have one in the trees here, just in case my opponent would vanguard it. So they're going to be protecting this investment of all these Reaper bolt throwers. You can see here, guys, I also have a Doomfire Warlock, and this is not the Regent of Renown one. This is the regular one, so I'm going to have access to the Doombolt and the Soul Blight. And then over here, guys, we have a unit of Harpies. So that's my build. Let's go ahead and look into my opponent. It's a build, and he really did bring something really different, really scary, too. If you look at this, guys, look at all these freaking flagellants. He also has a Warrior Priest, Arch-Lector, Warrior Priest. So yeah, he has all the buffs, all the damage DPS, the one that does the area DPS, the damage reduction. So that's a really scary pocket, and I don't know those guys exist, because if you look in the woods right now, I mean, yeah, they're all what's the word? Not stealthed, but they're all hidden. So yeah, I'm looking right here, and I'm like, all right, this is really interesting. Surely this isn't enough. I was expecting some cav or something like that. And what he's essentially going to do is, once I come in to attack to try to shut down these 2 rocket batteries that he has, these guys will come in from the side, and yeah, they're unbreakable, especially with all the buffs of the Arch-Lector and the Warrior Priest, and it's just going to be a really good trap. To lure me in, though, as I mentioned before, he does have 2 units of Hellstorm rocket batteries. He has some spears here in each in a defensive position, which I do like. I think that's kind of cool. It kind of protects you from each side. And then here, holding the middle, you can see he has 4 units of swordsmen. So let's go ahead and start the match, guys, and we'll see how this goes. So right off the bat, as Abraham Lincoln once famously said, yeah, my opponent's obviously going to have the artillery range, and we're going to start getting hammered by the Hellstorm rocket battery. Luckily, we're going to get a couple misses, but these bleak swords are just going to start getting absolutely just shredded by these guys. Here comes another volley. We'll see where they hit at. Now, the thing about this rocket storm is that they're not very accurate. The other one is, the Regent of Renown one's a lot more accurate than this one. So here comes the second volley. We'll see if it does any damage. Yeah, so see, I'm getting really lucky. It's not really hitting my troops, so on the approach here, the gods have been kind. You can see that I'm going to have my Doomfire Warlocks get a Doom Bolt onto these Spearmen. And you can see my opponent's just really, he's protecting his artillery. He's not, having an opening. But instead of sending these guys in a suicide mission, I'm just going to be really patient. I'm just trying to find my opening and trying to force a mistake. You can see that my bolt throwers are finally going to start opening up now. They're in range. And, the only thing I have is to start shooting at these swordsmen, which is kind of a waste. I'd prefer to be shooting at spears and things like that. Or, preferably these flagellants, but I don't know they exist yet. So we're just going to do as much damage as we can. I figured it's an artillery duel, so I might as well try to trade, the damage back in return. And you can see my opponent is deciding to focus his rocket batteries on my Reaper bolt throwers, which is not. I would not recommend that, guys. I would actually always send those things on infantry, just because it's not going to shut down artillery that fast. You can see we're going to get some really good hits right here. Finally, he's going to kill maybe, 5 units from each side of those guys. And yeah, now the ambush is going to be proc, guys. But luckily, I had a Hambo to go scout. I figured he'd have some cav there. And I'm going to see this really scary pocket. Instantly, I'm going to switch to bolt throwers to start shooting into these guys. And yeah, these Reaper or Hambos are such a perfect counter to these guys. They have little armor; they'll never be able to catch them. But yeah, I'm going to send a unit of Bleak Swords and a suicidal mission here just to try to force him to group up, try to glob up, which will allow my bolt throwers to respond in kind. Over here, you can see that I did get into the back here with my Dark Riders and my Doomfire Warlocks. Just go ahead and slow it down so I don't miss anything. I'm going to get a Soul Blight off, and I'm just trying to shut down this artillery. It's been a really big pain in my butt. And you can see the Harpies also landed, but my opponent wisely has some Swordmen in the back who will destroy Harpies a lot faster than what the Spearmen one, since they were not anti-large. Here in the center pocket, the swordsmen, they're not going to win against Bleak Swords and the Helibrony, but they're holding me up. And you can see, guys, I am going to start focusing my Dark Shards onto these Flagellants. With their no armor, I figured, hey, it's easy damage. And you can see Malekith is going to commit to the battle as well. Looks like I'm going to get a spell over here. We'll see which one it is, and it's going to be a Blade Wind. Unfortunately, it's going to veer off a little bit to the left, but I was able to do a little bit of damage. And here comes the Gaze of Malice, which is going to get a nice, juicy hit right into these guys. And you can see I'm just blowing all my wad on these guys, just trying to destroy them. We have Reaper Bolt Throwers hitting them. We have all Malekith spells, and yeah, we're doing a lot of damage, but unfortunately these guys are unbreakable, so no matter what, they're going to be fighting to the bitter end. Over here, you can see that Malekith is fighting the Archlector, it looks like, and yeah, the Archlector, especially with all his buffs, can actually do some damage to Malekith. You can see that he's totally exposed. He doesn't have any reinforcements. It's looking a little scary in this pocket, just because the only troops I have, are still a little bit of distance away. Over here, you can see we were able to shut down one of those Hellstorm rocket batteries, and we finally got into the second one. So that's a really good pick for me. Finally, we're able to shut those down. Nope, I take that back. He does have one more here that is wavering, but we were able to shut down one. You can see that my two Dark Shards here are just doing really good and getting a lot of value for these guys. Anything they shoot, they're going to pretty much kill. But yeah, Malekith's really in trouble. I'm trying to click him out of there, but yeah, he's just totally surrounded by all these Zealots and Flagellants and things like that. Over here, you can see some Dark Riders are trying to do a little bit of damage, and I do have these Hambos who are in range, but who are near the engagement, but they're not shooting for some reason, so I need to get them a little bit closer. But yeah, guys, you can see this is the really good thing about having your Lord come in. He all groups up, he globs up around him, and all these bolt throwers are just shooting, and just each volley is probably killing 10 different units. But yeah, Malekith is getting really dangerously low, guys. You can see I'm trying to click him out. I remember I kept clicking. I was trying to get him out, and I couldn't. But yeah, now it's just a matter of pulling my Malekith out, or trying to do as much damage to these guys as I can before I lose my Lord. But luckily, I am going to be able to pull Malekith off, and I can't talk today. Malekith away, and I'm going to send him to try to reinforce this main pocket right here, guys. And you can see, we're not doing too hot. Balance power is in our favor, but he just has a really scary pocket of infantry right here. And all his infantry, even though they are low tier, they're getting buffed up by the warrior priests, and all these archlectors. You can see over on this side, we've pretty much cleaned up everything, so I'm going to have some troops that can come reinforce, some full health Bleak Swords, some Dark Riders, and things like that. And looks like my opponent is going to get a Soulfire off, but yeah, I'm going to get a nice Blade Wind in return. And you can see it's just going to carve a path right through these state troops. That is so rewarding when you're fighting against Empire, when they take or Dwarves, when they take these really heavy number builds. You can see my bolt throwers this whole game have just been able to fire unimpeded. But yeah, guys, now we have the Archlector and we have this Warrior Priest they're not on mounts, so I'm going to be able to shoot, do a lot of damage with the Dark Shards here. They're armor piercing. They're going to just pierce right through those guys, and they're not going to be able to really dodge it. You can see Malekith is doing really good. You can see I'm going to get another Chill Wind right here. I did get another Gaze of Cain too. I believe it was on some of these troops that are approaching. I kind of missed it, but yeah, guys, at this point, I'm feeling pretty confident. Yeah, he does have unbreakable troops, but his numbers are just getting so low, and these Bleak Swords, we'll just be able to trade pretty effectively at this point. You can see that this Warrior Priest is getting his Shield of Faith off, but yeah, my Hambos, they have just been a complete waste this whole game. I don't know why they're not shooting. I take that back. They did a lot of damage in the beginning, but for some reason they're on vacation. You can see Malekith's going to get another juicy Blade Wind off. And this is, this is why I love playing Dark Elves, just things like this. Yeah, these Reaper Bolt Throwers guys are still just shooting in. At this point, we don't have a lot of targets. Some of his troops are in the woods here taking cover. But, yeah, now we're just going to have to slowly and surely just grind these guys to their dead. And you can see, let's get a closer look. I'm doing a little friendly damage as well. You can see I'm going to get another Chill Wind off, just trying to slow these guys down. And, yeah, there we go, another Gaze of Malice. and it's going to be a direct hit right into the face of these flagellants. Over here, though, this warrior priest is, still high health. He has his Hammer of Sigmar, Shield of Faith. He's given all his buffs, but he doesn't have any troops really to benefit from those chants or spells. You can see this warrior priest was able to get into this dark shard, and he is, I believe, anti-infantry. Or nope, just armored. So he'll do a little bit of damage, but I do have the Hambos finally deciding, all right, let's get into the battle. We've reserved and we've overlooked it for too long. Over here, guys, you can see that Malekith is chasing away some of these state troops. My opponent does get another Soul Blight off, or Soul Fire, the spell of the Warrior Priest. But yeah, now he's going to go in for his last charge right here. You can see he's going to have the Arch-Lector, a bunch of spears, a couple flagellants, and they're going to come out of the woods for one final hoorah. Luckily, I was able to pull away one of my dark shards and get them back into shooting. But yeah, guys, you can see the bolt throwers are back to shooting right now, and I will eventually change the target to here. And yeah, this has just been so fun to watch, guys. Just imagine being in the battle. You're charging, you're running, and just every 2 seconds you're getting hit by these big ass spears, the size of your body, pretty much getting thrown at you. There comes another volley. You can see Malekith is now dueling one of these warrior priests, but he's really low. He's getting shot in the back by dark shards, and he is going to break, and that is going to be army losses for the Empire. And you can see my opponent did get one last soul fire off, but yeah. So now all that's left is this one little unit of 3 flagellants who refuse to give up. They fight for Sigmar. So yeah, they're cultists. So yeah, they'll fight to the end. But yeah, we'll go ahead and look at the on-screen breakdown and talk about some of the keys for my success. That was such a cool game. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. So yeah, obviously the bolt throwers were the big thing. And also, I would probably say the Doomfire Warlocks really paid for themselves. We're able to harass that back line and shut down those 2 Hellstorm rocket batteries. They're very mobile. They have like a 40% physical resistance. The Doombolt and Soul Blight come in handy. And also Malekith. He was a surprisingly really good pick for this matchup, especially when it was a really low-tier infantry. With his Blade Wind and his Gaze of Malice. Those kind of spells excel at low-armored, troops like this. So yeah, I'd say Malekith was definitely a key success, and the bolt throwers, obviously. We got 155 kills by these dark shards, so yeah, shooting into flagellants who have no armor, I guess it's going to pay off. And as for my opponent, good game. We played like 5 different games with this guy. Yeah, all his builds were really unique, really different. I really appreciated some of his formations, and yeah, I've never ever seen a build like this. Never seen anybody try a flagellant ambush. So, alright guys, it's Atticus. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I will see you next time. Alright, goodbye.